Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Cult Film and Review. It is Thursday. That means you're listening to this show. And this week we are talking about the adventures of Buckaroo Banzai across the 8th dimension. That was enough for me to say right there, so let's just start the show.
Hollywood system stole our sex and co-opted our violence, so there's nothing left for our kinds of movies.
I did not hit her. It's not true.
Klopex?
Klopex. Klopex.
Up yours, baby.
Me and Bubba, my little brother, listen to you every night.
Where in the hell are we?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Hey guys, we are talking about Buckaroo Banzai this week, and kind of how I want to start off the topic is how I see this film, and kind of the way I think it was perceived by the director and writer, is that this is a comic book film, right? This movie was made for the 80s nerd, all right? And it's a comic book film that, because they don't give you, there's no backstory. They're throwing you in a world where they expect you to already know that the characters are these characters, that they're already a team of heroes, that they're already well established, and that you should just believe what's going on.
Yeah.
Anyways, immediately, right off the bat. I say that it's a comic book film because it is definitely like, if you look at Buckaroo himself, Mr. Banzai himself as a character, it's like what every nerd wants. Right?
Or wants to be.
Yeah. Like, I'm a samurai, I'm a neurosurgeon, I'm a rock star, I'm a good-looking guy.
Test pilot?
I'm a physicist. I'm a hero. Like, it's what
everybody wants to be.
I'll disagree on only one thing. I agree because nowadays comic books are that medium that we more attribute to this to, but I feel like what he was actually trying to do was to be more of that that pulp literature kind of guy, like those sci-fi, what are they called? I guess pulp literature. Yeah. I guess what you would call it. The idea of like Indiana Jones, like Indiana Jones saves the day.
Serial.
Indiana Jones. Yeah, serial.
But can we not
these serial things that came out, and they were doing like kind of like a sci-fi thing with it.
But there's also the
I
connection.
agree with that.
Like, take the cavalry, for example, right?
Right.
That's like the Avengers.
Well,
no,
now you're associating, but no, I agree with Mike. Back then, that was more or less doing the serial stories. You know, like
okay,
you
it's
said,
the Justice
Indiana
League.
Jones
It's '84. It's the
stuff.
Justice League.
Like, yeah,
the Justice League was around.
The Justice League was definitely around, but I'm thinking more like an Alan Quartermain or like what basically Indiana Jones was kind of based on was this kind of character that was
this is an
a
adventure
do-all, can do all that. Like, he just goes on adventures over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Here we are this month. We're going to follow this guy, you know?
It's like Jack Burton.
Like Jack Burton, exactly. Or at least what they wanted Jack Burton to be, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this kind of leads me into a little bit of a spoiler for me, right? So it is very much like for the 80s nerd, this movie was targeted towards them. The marketing was targeted towards them.
For sure.
It was advertised in comic books and stuff like that to reach them because they knew it wasn't going to play to any other audience, basically. So I get where it gets its cult following and all that stuff. As like a person who considers himself a nerd and a geek and all that stuff, I wanted to like this movie so bad that I made myself watch it twice, and I still could not, because I was like, let me give it a second watch. Maybe it takes a second watch. I could not get into this movie. It's so hard to get into.
The problem with it, I think, is that it jumps around, and the plot is not fleshed out enough. It's not explained enough. I feel like it takes more viewings than maybe even two to get it, and you have to understand where. Like, what's the point of? Like, there's some weird things in it that like seem pieced together, like just added plot points that make no sense. Like, why does Ellen Barkin's character have to be the identical twin of his ex-wife for really no reason?
That.
Like, they don't explain it. It has nothing to do really with the story. It's just this weird, almost soap opera-y kind of thing that occurs.
just for Buckaroo to get her out of prison was the only reason why she
Really?
looked like her. That was
Yeah.
it.
But it doesn't make any other sense beyond that.
Also, what was the deal with her character? Like, was she
Crying?
secretly like
Right?
an intelligent scientist? Because she like during the press conference, she nailed what he basically designed, and then she's like, "Oh, I mean, like this." You know,
Well, that's
she
what's
tried
weird
to play
about
dumb
this.
about
So
it.
this guy, the history behind this film is that he had a friend that he met like in film school or something or college, and he went on to write some pretty decent screenplays. And then he said that he wanted to be a screenplay guy, and then he did, and he wrote like 20 versions of
Oh, yeah, I
Buckaroo
read
Banzai
that,
doing
yeah.
this, Buckaroo Banzai doing that, and he did it, and he never finished any of them. This was the one that he kind of finished,
Mm-hmm.
and it took him like 10 years to make this film.
Yeah.
And like I don't understand. I want to say he's a bad writer because there's just so many weird things that are just
Yeah.
jammed into this script for no reason. But I mean, he had the time to learn, and obviously the guy that he got to fund him for these scripts was a decent screenwriter.
Didn't they
And
start their
saw
own
that.
production company just for this
Mhm.
movie?
Absolutely,
Because they
Like,
couldn't sell it.
this guy really believed in this script.
Pitch
He
this,
did.
but pitch this movie. Like
He
I
had a
dare
hard time
you.
doing it. He couldn't do it for 5
You
years.
can't pitch this
No one
movie.
wanted to buy this script.
Let me
no
give
one.
you, Kyle. Can you break down the synopsis again? Because I have a hard time explaining it. Because to me, this movie has like more than one thing going on. Again, because they expect you to know his universe and already things that are going on. Like you're just, oh, your wife's dead and she had a long lost twin sister. Okay, like we're just supposed
That's
to
all.
accept that.
That's like an added thing.
Yeah, I think
That's like
the
B-story.
general overarching story is that Buckaroo Banzai, who is this extremely talented person, he discovers a way to pass through matter, and in doing so, he discovers another dimension in which these alien beings who have been on Earth since the Halloween night of the War of the Worlds, that was actually a real thing.
Yeah, that was a
Now he
real
has
thing.
to fight these aliens and get and stop them from leaving Earth. Otherwise, another group of aliens are going to incinerate Earth. So it's basically Buckaroo Banzai on an adventure. He has to save the world. That's
It's essentially
really
like
it.
Superman. It is Superman. Like these aliens get sent to essentially the Phantom Zone.
I thought they crashed on planet
No, the
Earth.
Planet 10. They had a battle with the Rastafarian guys.
We
and
should do seriously like get some more people up to speed.
Yeah.
Or do we just start talking about it?
Well, okay. So there are two different types of aliens. There are what are known as the red electrons, I think they're called, or electroids, something like that.
Yeah.
And then there are the
Which they're
black electroids.
They're Caucasian
Yeah.
Italians, basically.
right. Basically, they're like the mafia.
Yeah.
And Christopher Lloyd.
And Christopher Lloyd.
And then there are the black ones, which are Rastafarian in nature. They're all like
Mm-hmm.
Jamaican in some way, or Haitian, whatever. And they're the ones that exist on this place called Planet 10.
Yeah.
And they imprison the red ones into the 8th dimension, which I guess is something like the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
They send them there, and Buckaroo Banzai just so happens to stumble upon this,
Going through a mountain.
despite the fact that one of them is already out, which is John Lithgow.
All of them are already out.
But
They're already all out in living in Jersey.
Right. But this kind of like catalyzes, or like is a catalyst for them actually deciding they're going to actually go forward with this.
No.
plan.
They've been building their ship since the 30s.
Right. But
and they haven't been able to have enough power
But this
to
whole
go
thing
through
starts
the
with
Phantom.
John Lithgow looking at the news thing of, oh, Buckaroo Banzai found it out. Fuck, better institute the plan.
No, it's now I can institute plan because Buckaroo Banzai has figured out how to pass interdimensionally.
But why is that important?
So they can go home.
Why couldn't they do this before Buckaroo Banzai was
Because
doing
they
it?
needed to go through the dimension.
they
to get
needed-
home.
Oh, because he figured it out. They figured it out. They couldn't figure it out.
That's what he just said.
That's what I just said.
No, I know you're right. You're right. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm agreeing with you. I'm like, oh, that's right. That's right. That's
So
how it
as you
happened.
can see, the story is
Very confusing.
Is very crystal clear. Anyone can pick up on this movie.
It is like a sharp knife.
I feel like
That's how
watching
tight
this movie
it
is like studying for a test. I really do.
It's like those questions you got in math, like, if two trains are going this way and they start giving you all this ancillary information.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
even matter, like the color of the train, what direction. It doesn't even fucking matter. And that's what this movie is. It's just a movie of ancillary information blocking you from discovering what the true
Like, I
film
love
is.
the idea that they tried to turn War of the Worlds into
That was
a news article.
That was a
that he
cool
was trying
thing.
to tell them, hey,
He
aliens
was trying
are attacking,
to warn people,
and that the alien somehow got in contact with Orson Welles and then stopped him and made him recant that whole thing.
like come back after the fact, like, oh no, it's just a prank, guys, just a prank. Like, and that was a cool.
It was a cool thing, but not necessary.
No,
Not
but
at all.
it helped to make the movie a little more interesting.
But there's a lot of that, a lot of weird stuff that's added in.
A lot of sprinkles.
Yeah, sprinkles. a lot of sprinkles.
A lot of sprinkles on your ice cream.
A little
You know what I'm
fun,
saying?
a little funfetti on your fucking on your cake.
Yeah.
Chris, had you seen this movie before you watched it?
No.
And what
He's
were
staying quiet.
Yeah, I'm kind of
I
interested in
don't
your
have a whole
thoughts.
lot to offer on this movie. I hate to say it right away, but you guys sound like you're totally into it and you're digesting this whole film, and it's like got all these deep layers. And I did not absorb
like an
much
onion.
of that. Like when I watched the film, I understand. I can see how people would read into it all because there's just a lot of random things that are constantly happening. But
Well, I
don't think we're reading into anything. I think we're just trying to figure out the plot.
Oh, but can I?
Can you read
I
into
read
it?
into it?
You want
I
to
would
jump
like
into
to read
fan
into
theories
some
already?
things. Alrighty.
Wait, hold on. Why is he asking you? I'm the
Because he
host.
said we don't have that. We don't have that.
You can ask me.
Okay, Cody, can I get
Go
into
ahead.
this?
Yeah, go ahead.
So
It's okay, Cody.
There
I
are
told
some
him it was
weird.
okay already.
There are some weird layers.
Hey, hold on. Did you ask Kyle? Because there is a chain of command.
Yeah.
You got to go through Kyle. Kyle's
Kyle,
like,
is it okay if I bring this up?
Is it okay for you to ask me, or is it okay for you to ask Cody? If
Well,
it's
I'm
okay to bring it
asking
up?
you, and I'm hoping that it goes through back to Cody as assistant co-host.
I'm going to allow it.
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, since we started this entire podcast with a Cold War
Oh my God, the
moment,
joke.
Yeah.
wow.
I'm going to go back into it.
We're
There
going back.
is a lot of Cold War weird things that happen in this film. They talk about the Russians and retaliation against the Russians would cause a Cold War, and this is going to it definitely takes place in that time.
Yeah.
It's very strange to me that Buckaroo Banzai is half white and half Japanese, or half American and half Japanese. They make
Okay.
a very big point to make that a point.
Well, yeah, they say in the first credit rolls.
Right,
The first thing
exactly.
You see in the movie.
Like Buckaroo Banzai is this guy that had a half Japanese father and a white mother, an American mother.
yeah.
No, he had his father was full Japanese, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so
I'm
they
sorry.
said half.
He was
Two
half,
different things.
He was
Yeah.
half Japanese. He was half Japanese, and they make a point to say this. I thought it was kind of like a weird kind of racist thing to say that, like, this is a reason why Buckaroo Banzai learned to do karate. Because they kind of play it off like,
Oh, I
he
just thought
was-
it's because his last name was Banzai, and if that's your last name, you know how to do karate.
Well, no, I think the way it scrolls down is Buckaroo Banzai started off as a science guy and then decided to abandon science.
Oh, 'cause he
and
was
then
bored with it,
Study
right?
martial arts for all these years. And it's like,
full-
oh, because he's half Japanese.
No, he went on a philosophical journey of life. And
And
Okay.
discovered
and he
the
learned
world.
music,
became,
bro.
Yeah, he learned how to play the rock and roll
right, and he
guitar.
learned to play really bad rock and roll.
Made a girl cry.
It
Hey,
made
those
a
saxophone
girl
players were
weep.
pretty awesome with their choreographed
But there's a
dances.
lot
Yeah,
of
that
there's
was
a
on
lot
point.
of weird Cold War weird things that go on in this film about the
So
Russians
this movie
versus
caused
Americans.
the Cold War, or it caused the Cold War to end?
No, I just
caused
think it was influenced by the time that
Oh,
it was
yeah,
happening.
definitely. No, it's
1984.
Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, it
Yeah.
was.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about Buckaroo Banzai. We'll be right back.
Barely had time to pack my saddlebags, then I came here and
I can see that.
Uh,
Well, I'm going to snoop around. Make yourself at home.
okay. I thought we were going to rehearse or something. I'm a big fan of all you guys. I love the comic books and the records. I know you. You're Pecos.
Perfect, Tom.
Perfect Tommy. I'm sorry. You're Pecos.
Pecos in Tibet. Name's Reno.
Reno. It's an honor.
Where do you hail from, Doc?
New Jersey. Fort Lee.
Where are your spurs at?
What's he making
Hey
fun?
guys, we're back, and we're talking more about Buckaroo Banzai. We got to talk about the cast, right? And this kind of goes back to
You can't not talk about the cast.
this kind of goes back to the Avengers thing, where I'm like, they got like a phenomenal cast together.
But here's the question: did they get this cast by accident, or were they just like searching for the greatest geeky character actors of all time?
I think they from what I read, I think they were seeking these people out, and
well, they did
some
a
of the
damn
cast
good
didn't
job
want
of getting these
Yeah.
guys.
Peter Weller didn't want to do it at first.
how Peter Weller is fantastic in this.
He
movie.
didn't. I can't remember. He didn't like the way the character, or he didn't understand the tone of the film, so he didn't know is this going to be a cartoon.
I
is this
agree
gonna be
with
like
him.
a cartoon
Yeah.
film, and then the other person that was on the fence is John Lithgow. And the only reason John Lithgow did it is because like the
'Cause he's John
director
Lithgow.
convinced him. He's like, look, dude, like you can do whatever you want with this. It's like an actor's dream. You could take it as far as you want. And he even said like in this movie he went over the top more than he's ever gone.
Oh no, I
as an
heard.
actor.
I actually heard him on the Nerdist like a few months ago, and he loves this film now. He loves this film now.
Yeah.
He talks about it all the time. Like this is great.
Mhm.
So I mean, what do we want to talk about?
Okay, let's just go through the cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peter Weller.
Peter Weller.
RoboCop.
Fantastic. RoboCop.
RoboCop B-movie star.
Mhm.
You
Apparently a theater guy too. That's why they picked him. They wanted
Does anybody else
somebody-
think
And that voice.
he looks like
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy? Is that how you say his name? You know that actor?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
Yep.
I feel like they
Yeah.
look a lot alike.
They do. I agree with that. I'll throw
They
that
do.
one up there.
He has that kind of like
The-
rugged, good looking it, like good
no,
looking.
it's those cheekbones. It's
Yeah,
those,
those cheekbones are killer.
it's those.
They are.
It's those cheekbones.
Way to go, Peter.
Yeah.
No, and that voice. Peter Weller's got a very recognizable voice.
He is.
I wondered why he's never narrated like things more.
Maybe he has. We don't
Yeah,
know.
I bet he was
I
on
don't
at
know.
least one thing.
What has Peter Well done?
I don't know. I'm gonna
RoboCop?
IMDb him right
Please
now.
don't tell me
He's
he-
done a
Frickin'
bunch of
RoboCop?
shit, dude.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum is probably the second standout of this
Yeah.
movie. I mean,
Yeah.
anytime he's on,
Oh.
anytime Jeff
Sorry.
Goldblum is on
Screen.
it just he steals the show.
He does.
I mean, we got Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd, yeah,
playing Christopher Lloyd.
playing
Yeah,
Christopher
pretty much.
Lloyd. Yeah,
What-
definitely. Who else is in this?
Kyle, what is Peter Well done?
What do you
John
mean?
Lithgow. We already talked about.
Oh,
him.
the only thing that
Did he do
that,
Naked Lunch?
that I realized is that he is one of the voices of Batman in the animated shows.
There you go.
Peter Weller.
Did he
you go.
do
He
Naked
is
Lunch? Was that
Batman.
him?
I don't. Yeah, he was Naked Lunch
Yeah,
actually.
he was really good.
No, Peter Weller's really good in this movie, and this movie it has a really strong cast. But again, like my problem with it is like here you have this strong cast, and the one who I focus on the most is Jeff Goldblum, and honestly, I don't connect to any other character because it's impossible to connect to.
Well,
Buckaroo.
I feel like Jeff Goldblum is the most real one because he's the one that kind of just like he's a doctor, and he just like wants to be part of the group. He wants to be part of what do they call him?
is it the Banzai Cavalry? The
No,
Buckaroo
what
Cavalry?
are they called? The Hung.
Hong Kong Cavalry.
Hong Kong Cavalry. He
Yeah.
just wants to be part. It's funny when they're like
When they show up,
there's
he's
that
like,
one scene where he's just like, do you just always dress like this, or did you just dress like? Yeah, and it's just I always dress like this. Like it's just like, no, you didn't.
No, my favorite.
No, I
line-
thought we were gonna rehearse.
My
Yeah.
my favorite line from that is he's like, "Did you bring your spurs?" And he's like, "Is he joking?" Is it-
Why,
or
why,
is
is he,
it-
why is he making a joke? He's like, why is he making a joke?
so good? And I get why he's wearing the cow because it sounds like a cowboy band
Mm-hmm.
name, so that's why he dressed like that, and he never listened to him before. It's so good. Jeff Goldblum, genius. Like I don't know, but. Is it the pacing of the film then? Because there's things I like about this movie. Don't get me wrong. There are things I like about this movie. I just can't watch this movie.
It's just I think because it just bounces around so much and
Yeah.
they add so many things and it's not. Yeah, you could say it's the pacing because
Yeah.
I think
They
the
don't-
story just needs to be tighter.
they don't
Editing
just
was
they don't
kinda
they don't
weird.
let things happen organically. It seems like what the writer did was, oh, I'm at an impasse. I'll just jam something in there. She's a twin. Like it's just things that get jammed in real quick.
Yeah.
Like, oh, where do I go from here? I don't have an answer. I know. I'll come up with some. It's soap opera stuff.
I'll come up with two hunters walking through the woods.
Yes. It's like, oh, he had a brain tumor.
No, it
That's
did-
why he was gone.
That spaceship
we'll just
did
say
look like
that.
a bird, though. That spaceship did look like a bird.
It
Did
looked-
it look
it-
like a bird, like a black? Like
I
a
don't know.
black
I don't know. What to say.
pterodactyl?
I think it looked like a kidney stone.
Like a black dinosaur.
Yeah.
I did not see a bird in that.
So what? Wait, what was the? Did anything ever come of that organism that he found stuck to the under?
No.
Oh,
Nothing.
nothing.
Like I said,
Nothing.
things that they just jam in there.
Good.
Just-
So he found like that egg sac on the bottom of his
I
car
took it
after
as
he
that.
gets out of the
I took it
dimension.
as like he hit one of those aliens and his brain fell out and just stuck to the bottom of the thing.
No, 'cause it was like pulsating and growing. I thought, and then they like talked about it, and then you never hear about it again.
Like what was that slug that was supposed to kill Alan Barkin that he just don't touch that, and he grabs it anyways. He just throws it.
No, it's because he's fucking Peter Weller.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
We forgot that part where it turned into They Live. Or
Oh,
They
yeah.
Live
There was a
turned
lot of
into
that.
It.
Oh, when he that's
When he gets
one
in
of
the
my favorite
shock-
scene.
he
When
gets
Jeff
shocked.
Goldblum smokes that, or he breathes in the thing, and he's like looking at the Rastafari, and he just like he has to keep looking away because he can see him as an alien now. He just looks very concerned and high. He's like,
Yeah.
so fucking funny.
But yeah, they totally do the like that kind of storyline too, and it's just it
yeah,
is.
you
It's
can't
a-
see them. They're
It's all over the place, and that kind of hurt the cast. But there are some shining cast members.
hell
there's,
yeah, man.
like
the dream team of
Yeah.
fucking actors.
Peter Weller can pick out a crying lady in a crowd
he
of
does.
cheering people.
I love when she
Yeah.
starts to hold the gun up to her own head.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see it coming.
I didn't
I'm
think
like,
I
what
would
the
do
hell?
it. But what's weird about it was so endearing.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing's like, is somebody not having fun out there?
Somebody
Like,
crying.
And everybody thought it was a joke. The way they played it off was like, oh,
What's
he's-
your name?
He's just joking.
Who
And it's like,
cares?
you're
I
not
care.
having fun. I can sense it.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, you look exactly like my ex-wife. Exactly. Like genetically, exactly.
It happens.
It does.
It happens. Sometimes you like my wife could have a long lost twin sister that I don't know about.
She does.
Oh,
She does. She's out there. She's out there.
But so you got a great cast. The music. I want to talk about the music for a little bit, and it's going to bring us to the end of the film, which is probably my favorite part of this movie. And I know that sounds weird, but the credits of this movie are fantastic.
They're so good. And it might be the best scene in the whole film.
The music is just—it's this weird, like upbeat, like almost sounds like 8-bit, like.
It sounds
video
like
game
it
music.
sounds like a Nintendo game.
It does.
It does. It's like chiptune before
And it's
chiptune was
just
chiptune.
the whole cast kind of like of good guys coming together and walking together in a canal.
But it's depressing. But it's sad to me because it's only meant to introduce the sequel that was supposed to happen that never did.
I know. I was like, what? There was another one? And
There,
nope,
absolutely.
there wasn't.
The way this film is even done, Buckaroo Banzai has to be an Indiana Jones that has more adventures, more things.
Do you think?
Let's bring it back.
Yeah, that's
Do you think
petition.
I
They
was gonna
have
say, do you think
multiple times. They have tried to make films of this.
TV
they have tried to
shows?
do a TV show that failed. Like no one knows how to get this done.
Well, the end credits song, they didn't have it finished when they filmed the scene, so they just told the cast to walk to the tune of Uptown Girl by Billy Joel because it had the exact same tempo.
Oh well, that's always a good song. Anyways.
That's awesome.
So imagine them
I
when
will
you
say
see
it's
that
his
scene.
worst.
They're
Yeah.
listening to Uptown Girl. They're not listening to that actual song. That's in the
Well,
credits.
if you're gonna do anything, you got to do it to Billy Joel.
I don't know, dude. That
Great singer-songwriter.
I hear that song and I just the at the end of the credits and I just want to walk somewhere.
I just want to stride with my
I do,
friends.
man.
So,
It's
yeah.
just that's
walk
a killer.
walk with a good group of people
It is. It's killer.
through a
What
canal.
are you doing tonight? I'm going to go on a nice walk with a good group of people.
So I even enjoyed the music that the band was playing itself. The Hong Kong Cavalry was playing, even though they're all packing.
Yeah, apparently they
Yeah,
all...
dude. They pull all
You've never been a traveling musician.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you got to pull out all your guns.
Always
You
gotta-
know-
you always gotta have a gun on you.
I'll
on
tell you right
stage.
now, the Double Deuce wouldn't have been so bad if they all packing.
Yeah.
No, that's not
They should've
true.
been packing.
That would have been worse.
Listen,
I don't know if that.
Patrick Swayze would have came in and be like, all right, first rule. Later, bitch. Throw him in the trash can.
so one of the things I was also pretty impressed with in this movie is the effects. I actually really enjoyed the way the aliens looked. I thought they looked really good.
From what I hear, the latex that they did for that were all they were like 7-piece sets that they did, and they tried to make it exactly like the facial. They actually did take some time to actually make some good latex work for
No, it
every
looks
individual
fantastic.
actor, so that every alien looked different. They didn't all look the same.
They look good, but they kind of look like turds.
Yeah, they definitely.
They definitely look
turds.
like something that would come out of somebody's butt. Maybe.
Or like an earthworm. They kind of look like earthworms.
Yeah.
Earthworm.
Listen, when you're from, Planet 10,
That's what you look
In
like.
the eighth
that's what you look
dimension.
like.
You get a
No,
nice,
it's not
solid tan.
I don't think Planet 10 is in the eighth
I think
dimension.
it is.
No, it's
No.
not. It's not in the 8th dimension.
Why wouldn't it be?
Because
the eighth dimension
is
is
just where they
like-
sent people.
Eighth dimension is like purgatory.
Like Krypton exists in this universe,
Yeah.
but the Phantom Zone does not.
Does not.
I'm gonna Google this.
I'm telling you, it's true.
But no, I really like the effects of this movie. Even the spaceships, I liked how wacky and weird those looked.
They didn't even really look fake. The CG didn't look bad.
It was good. It was good, man.
I mean, that little
the effects
ship
are good.
Was very maneuverable. That thing was just like all
the
over the
end.
place.
Are you talking about like the end battle scene?
Yeah, the end battle scene where the Rastafarian guy knew how to fly the ship, and then didn't know how to fly the ship, and then totally knew how to fly the ship. Did you notice that?
And then John Lithgow was driving it with his feet, and you're like, "What's he doing?"
Well, that's just how they do it. That's how those
that was
aliens rock.
weird.
Yeah.
I got nothing to add to that except
He got to do whatever he wanted, I guess.
Yeah. Lithgow
Character choice.
took it and ran.
Is there any way we can get some pedals down here so I can drive this thing with my feet? Character choice.
Yeah, character choice.
Character choice.
Can I get some piano pedals to rock this thing? Like, I don't know what to do.
Oh, you guys are expecting me to drive this with my hands? Obviously, you don't know my character.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Obviously.
I didn't think the effects were
I believe
that
you told
good.
me that I could do whatever I wanted
think
if
they
I
were
took
that
this
good?
role.
I mean, they were cool because I know, for the time this was made, but I feel like it was like definitely trying to throw as much in there as possible, like with the new technology that was available for special effects.
I'm glad you talked because I was afraid people were going to think that you weren't on the show tonight.
I'm here. I'm back here.
But you didn't think that really you didn't like the way the aliens looked with the latex.
What
masks?
about
I
what
like
about
the
the spaceships?
What about yeah?
I thought I liked the aliens. I thought they definitely grossed me out a bit, but I don't know, man. I had a hard time with this one. I just didn't. I wasn't impressed by it. I wish I could have seen this when it came out. I feel like that's ruined. That's
You were what, 2 years old?
Not yet. I was not even born yet.
Oh my god, I'm so old.
Yeah. How old were you, Mike? Were you like 40?
I was 4.
You're like 40?
I was 4 when this film.
Yeah,
came
4-0.
out.
Yeah.
4-0.
Still paying off that first mortgage? When this
Well,
came
I'm still
out?
doing it. I had a run in Wall Street, didn't work out.
Had to sell the yacht.
Then I
and
got a
everything.
really bad cocaine addiction.
Yeah.
And that kind of
put me out for a little bit.
It kind of sidelined me a little bit.
80s were kind of a dark.
I signed off.
It was a
for
dark
little
time. It was a dark time.
So I want to kind of
I
focus.
really liked Huey Lewis. Go on.
I kind of want to focus a little bit on what we liked about the film. So we'll talk about our likes and dislikes when we get back.
Cool.
Hey, Banzai. Take a look at your girlfriend. Devo lavorare con persone idiota.
Hey guys, we're back and we're talking about Buckaroo Banzai. And I kind of want to focus on likes and dislikes, and I kind of want to go to Chris first on this one, just because he's been the most quietest tonight.
So many dislikes.
His face.
Just a
face.
stone
So
sour
many
look.
dislikes.
Chris, first I want to know what Chris liked.
He looks pained.
Okay. What I liked about the film was the cast for sure. That kept me going through it. They were all really good. They hilarious. I thought at some parts, but like.
Feels like he's trying so hard.
I'm digging, I'm digging so deep right now. No, I really did like the cast, and I don't know. It was like
I like the cast. I feel
it's
like
kind of
they acted well.
unpredictable. I guess.
Yeah,
I liked the unpredictability of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised because this movie is really like just crazy out there, bizarre, and this is like your jam. You like movies that are just
I feel like
really
it was
too nerdy for him.
Yeah,
though.
I think it was too nerdy for me.
too nerdy.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate to say that because I mean, there's
Bro,
nothing
there's
wrong.
a lot of pseudoscience in this.
Nothing wrong with that. Like, it's just not. God, dislikes. See, that's the thing though, because I can't say I disliked the film. I really can't say I disliked it. I just had no connection to it.
That's where I'm at with you.
Well, let that
I'm right
reflect
there.
in your ratings.
I
guys.
will.
It's not
bottling it up for you, Mike.
Yeah, I think that's where my biggest dislike is with it. Is like you got me until he goes through the mountain, and then once he goes through the mountain and stuff just starts taking off, I lose interest. And I'm like, how do I lose interest when things are starting to take off in the story?
Well, I'll tell you with that scene, it's because he's such a loose cannon. It's almost like what are you doing? You're gonna like crash into that mountain, really? Like
No,
even
not
the
at all.
scientists don't know what's going on.
No, but his group of scientists that are helping him.
Yeah, but he did not. He did not coincide that with the other group of scientists.
No, because he didn't want them to know what he's working on.
I guess.
I don't think that's what
Because
threw me off
the
on
whole
film,
time
though.
the whole time the one dude is like sitting there and he like unveils the magic little thing that he's watching. So the whole time, that was the whole
No, I know.
plan was to
I
try
understand
to
that
drive
the
true matter.
Hong Kong whatever Fury, what the fuck are they called?
Hong Kong Fury.
Hong Kong Cavalry.
The Hong Kong Cavalry, they knew everything. But the other scientists didn't know what the hell was going on.
So
they knew about John Smallberries.
They did know about John Smallberries
and John Big Booty.
John's Booty.
Big Booty.
John Booty. John Big Booty.
Yep. So I mean, there's stuff like that right in this movie that is like entertaining and fun, but I had to literally had to watch it twice, and it was like I watched the whole thing through and was like, what happened the second half of the movie? I missed the whole second half. So I rewatched the movie again completely, and the same thing happened where I just totally was like twiddling my thumbs through the second half of the movie and not paying attention.
It's my biggest problem with the film, which is the fact that I love the cast, just like Chris said.
Right.
Love the cast.
Cast is
love
an
the
A+.
acting. I like the what's the word I'm trying to say? Very
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Hand movements. Very hand movements.
On the audio podcast. Really great. No, I like the fact that it was like tongue in cheek, very funny.
Yeah.
Like they didn't take itself seriously. But you're right. The plot is just so everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
You can't focus, and then you just kind of
cannot
give up.
focus. It's almost like being on acid, which I wouldn't know anything about because I've never been on acid.
I think acid would be way more exciting than this movie.
Maybe you
It's
have
like, how
to
are
watch
you
this film on acid.
It's like, how are you an action adventure movie, but you're super boring?
I wouldn't want to watch this movie on acid. I wouldn't want to. Not because it'd be like, it'd be too cool. It'd be like, I feel like my mind would go crazy.
I don't know what acid's like.
Oh, neither do I.
All right. Good.
So what about like the cinematography? Did anybody have any problems with the cinematography?
It was like cookie cutter.
I
dude.
feel like it was
it was basic.
It was very
wasn't-
basic, but it was clean.
It was a Hollywood
Yeah,
film.
there's nothing about it that made me feel like they didn't accomplish what they were trying to show.
Yeah.
Same thing with lighting. Lighting was pretty standard. I feel like the effects they're good, but they're not like there wasn't one that I was like, that's mind blowing.
It wasn't as good as Bad Taste for the the latex and everything like that. Everything they did, but it wasn't the worst. It wasn't Troll 2.
Yeah.
It wasn't Troll 2.
No, it was
Yeah.
not.
I thought the
Troll
effects
2.
were good overall.
Yeah.
This is no Troll 2.
This is
No.
no Troll 2.
That's what we should title this podcast. Buckaroo Banzai, no Troll 2. No
Not
Troll
Troll
2.
2.
Can you say it?
Not a Troll 2.
Not Troll 2.
Troll 2.
That's
What
how I
if
talk
Buckaroo
now.
Banzai had an adventure in Nilbog?
Whoa.
That's the sequel.
There's your sequel.
I
See,
feel like
that
Buckaroo
I would-
Banzai and the
Adventures
Hong
of
Kong
Nilbog.
Cavalry would have killed Nilbog.
No, they
Killed it.
couldn't. They would not have. They would have been so
Nilbog
hungry.
wouldn't have won.
They would have been so hungry.
Starving.
Oh, really? Because they ate this whole film? They didn't eat at all.
True.
That's
How
true.
badass was that tour bus?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that tour bus is like command center / dojo. Dude, it was pretty freaking
Listen,
awesome.
if you're the Cavalry,
There's a lot of stuff to like in this movie. There really is.
There
there's
is.
a lot.
There is a lot to like in this movie, but at the same time, they failed at making me like it.
They
How do you do that?
they failed at making me commit to liking it.
Well, I mean, to get
I think I could.
They had all the cards in their favor. Weird, wacky, great cast, aliens, like special effects, all this stuff. Yet they couldn't draw me in for the whole movie.
Well, I'll tell you what it is, and
You've told me 3 times.
no, I'm gonna get serious about it.
Cold War.
The last 2 times I was kidding.
No, it
Forget
was
about
a joke.
that.
It was a joke. It was a joke. But right now, it's serious. There is an old saying that says that you can make a bad film good out of the script. If the script is good, you can make a good film out of all the acting, all the fucking cinematography, everything. You can make that good. But you can't make a bad script good.
With actors.
With actors, with anything. You can put all the accoutrement that you want. And
Accoutrement? Accoutrement?
No.
What the fuck is that shit?
Thank you.
And I feel like this is what that film suffered from. It was a badly written film. The plot was just pieced together. They did great with the cast. They did great with everything else. But, it might be a rare instance where they might have maybe been able to get that cult following, but really, this is not going to win an Oscar.
No.
It's not gonna win any Oscars. It's not going to be called
This
a great
is a popcorn movie, man.
And I believe that on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like a 71 it sits on.
Too
71?
high.
Too high. Too high. No, but it's not regarded as a bad film. It's just regarded as a good cult film.
A good B movie.
A good B movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get into it. Let's rate this Mammer Jammer. What are we rating it?
I think we're going to rate this Big Booties. Not to be mistaken with Big Booties or Big Boots.
Yeah, Big Booties.
Because that would
It's
make
pronounced
him very
big,
angry.
It's pronounced bootay.
Bootay.
Let's start
It's the French version.
Let's start with the shocker in the group. Let's start with Chris.
Really?
Chris,
You want me to go first?
How many Big Booties would you give this?
Well,
or John Booties?
Despite me not really feeling like I like the film, I do respect it, and I can see what the appeal would be. It's like super creative and really all over the place, and there's new things that you can discover about it. Probably each time that you watch it, you can dig a little deeper into the film. But so I respect it for that, and I think that was really cool. I would like to see it maybe one more time. Maybe I'd give it a higher rating, but for now it's going to be a 2.5.
Ooh.
2.5 Big Booties.
And one cheek.
Yeah.
Two booties and one cheek.
Two in a cheek. Yeah.
All right, then let's go with Kyle.
I'm going to give this 4 Big Booties. I really enjoy this movie. It is convoluted as fuck. But there's so much fun that's going on in this movie. There's so much adventure and action and comedy. The casting is on point. It's definitely like a second or third viewing kind of movie, but it's one of those movies that you quote, like, because there's so much funny shit happening in it, and especially Jeff Goldblum's character. I love him. I fucking love him to death. So I'm gonna go 4. I enjoyed this movie.
4 from Kyle. I'll go next. I will say that again, I'm right with Chris in that I can see that there is a lot to enjoy for this movie, but it lost me, man. I tried watching this movie twice, and each time I could not get through to the end. And I mean, I watched it all the way through, but I didn't pay attention all the way through the end, I guess is how I should phrase that. And I really tried hard to like this movie just because of where it stands in like nerd culture, basically. And I couldn't do it. I struggled. But again, I do respect the film and see where it stands. So I'm right there with Chris. I'm at 2.5. Big Booties. Mike.
Yeah, I'm right there with Kyle, actually.
Yeah.
This is a fun film. It's a fun film. Yes, it's convoluted. Yes, it doesn't have the best writing. But yeah, it's quotable.
Yeah.
Super quotable. Wherever you are, that's where you're at. And you know where I'm at? At 4 Booties. I'm at 4 Booties for this
sign-off.
film.
Great sign-off.
So yes.
4 Booties from Mike. That's it, guys. That's our reviews. Guess what? When we come back, we're going to play Who the Hell Am I? And you're going to find out.
Shut up, John Bigfoot, you coward! You're the weakest individual I ever know!
Hey, guys, we're back, and we're about to play the world famous game. Who the hell am I? All right, guys, this is where we get 3 clues. It can either be a character or an actor, and we get to guess. If you get it right, you get a point, and if no one guesses it right, you get a point. There you go.
It's as easy
Either
as
way,
that.
you get a point.
Either way, you get a point. That's how the rules go. Who wants to go first? Chris, who the hell are you?
I get to go get me out of the way. All right.
Yeah.
Took you 6 hours to come up with it, so.
Okay, this is a actor.
Okay.
And the first clue is I've been in one of Cody's favorite cult films.
Okay.
Okay.
The next clue is...
Oh,
wow, that was
already,
quick.
You already know it.
Quick on Kyle.
Ernie Hudson.
Nope.
Damn it!
I have a guess. I have a guess this early, too.
Really?
Yeah.
But remember, you only get one guess and you're out. You can't guess anymore.
Tom Hanks.
No.
Oh, this is just me
Basically,
and Chris.
it just comes to
this
the
is
Mike
me.
and Chris.
This is just me. No,
All right.
it's whether I got it right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through all three. Go on.
I feel like you'll get this though.
Okay, go.
I should have waited for the second one.
Sir Mix-a-Lots didn't want none.
Okay, go with the third one. No, I want to get all three.
Do you think you know? Okay, never mind. All right. Heat is my worst enemy.
Heat
Yeah.
is an actor.
Yep.
Shit. I know Sir Mix-a-Lot didn't want
He didn't
buns.
want. He didn't
if
want
you
none.
don't want none, hun.
I'll repeat the question.
I thought it was he didn't want none if you don't got bun. Isn't that right?
I don't know. I can't remember now.
Listen, I'm in one of Cody's favorite cult films.
One of Cody's favorite cult films.
Sir Mix-a-Lots didn't want none. And he is my worst enemy.
He is my. Who's my? Who's me? Who's my in this?
All right,
what
just
you're
take a
saying,
guess.
yes.
Just take a guess.
Take a guess.
Shit.
You already said shit.
That's not my answer.
That's not the correct
It's not the final answer. That shit
Oh,
movie.
You're taking as long to answer
Yeah.
this question as it took him to write it.
I don't. Cult film, best favorite cult film actor.
It's got to be somebody from Congo.
I don't know if it's. I don't think
No.
it's his Cody's favorite cult film actor, but he's.
No, it could be the Burbs.
Well, any guess will do.
I'm about
I'm
to
gonna have
buzz
to do
you.
so much editing here.
Just-
I'm
Can you
about
buzz
to.
him?
I'm about to buzz you.
Chris, give it to Chris. I don't know.
All
what
right,
it is.
there we hit the buzzer on him.
What was it?
Ice Cube.
Oh my! I would never have gotten that. So don't worry about it. Never would have gotten it. Why would Sir Mix-a-Lot not like ice cubes?
He says, "My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns."
Oh, Anaconda! Shit. Okay.
Anaconda is a fantastic film.
Okay, J-Lo. All right.
Anaconda is a fantastic film.
That is, yeah.
That was good. That was a good one.
So Chris got 1 point.
All right.
Who's next?
Fuck yeah.
All right, up next, I'll go because I think I'm about to win.
Okay.
How could you win on your own?
Because you just won on your own.
Yeah.
That's true.
I live in a junkyard. I'm a character. I live in a junkyard.
Wait. You're a character. Okay.
Yep. I live in a junkyard.
Okay.
You better not get pulled over in my town. Okay?
Oh my God.
Oh, wait.
What?
I'm going to take it. Toxic Avenger.
Nope.
Okay.
God damn it.
What's the last one?
God damn it.
Last one is I'll force you to marry my daughter.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh. Got a guess.
Go ahead.
And you said it's an actor?
No, it's
Character.
a
No, it's a character. Fuck.
I
You're
know who
done.
the actor is.
It's too late. You raise your hand, so you got to say it.
I don't know his name. Judge something.
Judge Reinhold?
It's the judge from Nothing But Trouble.
Yes, it is the judge from Nothing But Trouble.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, Judge Alvin.
Okay.
Does
Wait,
that
is
count?
this from...
He got another point.
That counts, though?
That fucking
He didn't
counts.
have
Dude, he pretty much he said judge.
Is this from the Chevy Chase movie?
I knew
Yeah.
exactly who
Oh,
it was.
shit. Oh, my God.
That's from Nothing But Trouble. He knew exactly
Nothing
who it
But
was.
Trouble. I love that film.
You got to give it to him.
That
Okay.
is actually Tupac's first video ever.
Yeah.
Movie.
With Digital
No,
Underground.
Yeah, he did a video.
Like, he
in
was
it?
never shown ever on video until he did that film.
What is he, like Bigfoot?
No, he was in Digital.
No, he was in
Digital Underground
he was in Digital
performs.
Underground.
I understand
yeah.
that, but it
and
would be
nobody
his-
knew that he was
He's
a
the
virgin.
backup
That would
Yeah.
be his.
Yeah.
That would be his first movie, not video, because there wasn't a video.
It wasn't a
Like
video,
Nothing but Trouble wasn't like the thriller for.
no, it was his
Digital
first
Underground.
Time. I'm saying it's his first time on video. Be
down on the first
time on a film?
Digital
On
Underground.
film?
Like I remember
on
that.
film.
No, he wasn't in Poetic Society yet, or the Poetic.
Okay,
License.
never mind. He's not
Jesus
getting it.
Christ.
He's had a couple
Juice.
glasses. He's feeling it.
He said some grape juice.
Who's next? Who wants to go next?
You're the host. You pick.
Kyle.
Okay.
I can't believe you got that, dude.
2.
I
All
cannot
right.
believe you got that.
All right. This is an actor.
Too high.
Too high.
Too high.
2 points. Too high.
All right. So this is an actor. I should have picked chess. This is the first clue.
Okay.
I should have picked chess.
Okay.
I'm not raising my hand. I'm not. I'm just scratching my head.
Okay.
Cameron, what could possibly go wrong?
Cameron.
What could possibly go wrong?
Okay.
Oh, I know it. Is it Matthew Broderick?
Fuck you. Yeah.
No! Oh,
Yes!
I was right there with it
Yes!
too. I knew
I
it.
can win this.
I like
Well, I can tie.
My last one was I killed my uncle to reclaim my birthright.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Here I go, guys.
Here you go, Mike.
Lion King. Whatever.
Okay.
Yo.
So, my first clue is I hate Nazis. Hate Nazis.
This is a character or
It's an actor.
okay?
I hate them.
It's an actor.
It's an actor.
Okay.
Okay. So nothing?
No.
Okay. Second one. I live in a sewer. Live in a sewer.
I hate Nazis. I live in a sewer.
This is an actor, not a character.
An actor, not a character.
Okay. Third clue.
Okay, third clue
Hold
is...
on. I'm still thinking here.
Okay.
You can still think why he tells the third clue.
Yeah, let's go. He's gonna throw more shit in there.
Yeah, that's the
And
part.
take me off of my,
Listen.
my thought bubble here.
Listen, he took so much time thinking of the answer for Chris's. We need to cut down.
Okay. So am I going to my third clue?
Yeah.
Okay. Harley Davidson is my brand. It's my brand. This is what I do.
I live in a sewer. Oh.
I got it. My hand was first.
No.
My hand was up first.
Chris was up first.
Chris.
Is it Ron Perlman?
Yes! God damn it, Chris wins it.
Oh, shit.
Chris wins.
I was gonna say Mickey Rourke.
You're wrong. You're wrong. It was Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's our show for this week. Make sure you join us next Thursday when we bring you more cult films. Follow us on Instagram at cultfilm_review. You can also follow us on Twitter at cultfilm_review. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow Mike
at Mike Salustio on Twitter, and you can also follow me writing about filmmaking stuff on friendlyneighborhoodfilmmaking.com.
All right, guys, that's our show for the week.
Filmmaking.
That's our show for the
Making
week.
filk.
Filkin.
Go out,
Filkin-making.
watch some cult filks, and enjoy the cult filks that you watch. See you next week, guys.